So, a lot of people are interested in citizenships or programs, due diligence processes that do not share your personal information. They obviously want to make sure you're not a criminal, you're not up to something crazy, but they don't believe in sharing your information with your home country governments. That's absolutely insane and crazy. It's like paying to get yourself busted. It's not about doing anything wrong. Of course, you're not going to do anything wrong. You're going to keep things legal, but you're not comfortable. What's the point of getting a citizenship and your information is being shared with other governments? It doesn't make any sense, is in my opinion, and this is just a personal opinion. I don't think those are real citizenships. They're created or designed to put you in trouble. They're never gonna support you. They're never gonna stand with you if shit hits the fan. The first thing that a lot of these countries do is terminate or revoke or cancel your passports. That's not what a real country or a real citizenship does. And this is just my own personal opinion. This is not meant to be any legal or finance or tax advice. Okay, so always consult an attorney, speak to them, and get their opinion on these type of situations. And I'm going to discuss 5 options where you have citizenship. Some are powerful citizenships, some happen super fast, some take a little bit of time, but eventually the product that you get is very different from CBI products. A lot of people don't want to shell out any cash purchasing passports through CBI programs. The industry is almost kind of destroyed. There's a big war on these options. Malta got shut down. Portugal is going through tremendous changes, significant changes that will change the landscape of the Portuguese residency options. And then the CBI programs are completely obliterated by the US and EU, Europe. All right. So now, having said, let's not further discuss any negativity. Let's leave that aside. We know what's going on, so let's keep that on one side. Let's talk about positivity. Let's talk about a good life, right? We are good life investors. We believe in investing in good options. The first on the list, I'm going to discuss 5 options, okay, including very powerful nationalities, very powerful citizenships. I would like to start off with an ECOWAS citizenship. There have been some tremendous improvements with this in the last couple of weeks. What's the benefit? A lot of people believe in diversifying in an unknown country, and rather than trying to naturalize in a safe, beautiful, unknown country, which might be very difficult, you might as well get a passport from a treaty country that anyways allows you to settle in other countries. And more the number of countries in the treaty, the better it is. There's a lot of places, safe places like Cape Verde, Namibia, Gambia, and several others that participate or belong to the ECOWAS block. So if you get a citizenship by exception, and there is a program, approximately 100k, there is a program where you can outright exceptionally naturalize in a month. That's how fast you can gain nationality, and it's one of the nationalities within the ECOWAS block. If you get that, then you can freely use this nationality to travel and settle in other ECOWAS nations. So that's the first one. 30 days, approximately 100k. What is the advantage? You have Africa, West Africa in your pocket. You have ECOWAS in your pocket. They obviously have a super friendly due diligence. When I say super friendly, they're clean, they're legal, they're perfectly fine. It's just not sharing information with other people. Your citizenship is a top level secret, so just you know it and your country knows it, and it's not being published, or you're not going to be paraded like some other countries do. So that's the first one. The second option is, and I'm going to name a few countries after this. Okay, so stay tuned for the names of the countries that I'm going to share. Some can be publicly talked about and some cannot. The other one is CPLP, a favorite amongst a lot of people, because CPLP is a Portuguese speaking nationality. It could have extraordinary benefits in other Portuguese speaking countries like Portugal, and the main one is Brazil, including outright residency permits in Brazil, fast track naturalization in Brazil. And what does Brazil do, and why are we talking about Brazil? Brazil is a Mercosur nation. Once you get the Brazilian nationality, you can pretty much settle in Chile, Argentina, Uruguay, name it, and you got it in your pocket. So that's why Mercosur is important, and a way to Mercosur is the Portuguese speaking nationality. How much is the cost here? Again, we're talking about a similar or the same price point, which is approximately, it's close to 100K, and it depends upon how many people you're including as part of this application package. This is ideally good for one person, and then you can add dependents in those countries as long as you have this nationality. Smart people know what I'm talking about. If you want to save money, if you want to get it for your whole family, that is an option as well. How many days? 30 days of time to process this. Now, these are unique, special, exceptional countries. We don't want to name these. They don't feel comfortable, because then you know what happens. Then you know who comes behind these nations. They want to stay under the radar. The future of the RCBI industry is not CBI programs. They're going to get closed. They're going to get busted. They're going to get in hot water, and they're going to keep taxing the citizens. Okay, exceptions are there. I think two of the most extraordinary, exceptional CBI programs that have stood the test of time. They haven't bowed down to the Western forces, and one should mention them. And I think those two programs are Nauru and Vanuatu. Both have stick it out, right? They lost access, but they never shared all that information like the other, I wouldn't say traitors, but the other bunch of countries did. Now, the third option on this list is Argentina. Argentina, because Argentina is a solid and a strong passport. Does it have citizenship by exception? Yes, it does. It of course requires a residency and then naturalization, a fast track naturalization in the country. There's also a CBI that's being proposed, but the CBI is a separate thing. It's different from the CBE. CBE performs as per its own track. CBI is something new that Milei has proposed. We don't know for sure what all details he wants to put in place for the requirements of that program, but we got to wait it out. And if you're subscribed to the channel, you're going to be notified about the Argentinian option. The second option is Serbia, or let's say the fourth option is Serbia. Does Serbia have a citizenship by exception? Yes. Do you have to go there? Yes. It's not a remote process. You got to get residency and then, of course, make your case. What is the time frame? 8 to 12 months, I would say, give or take. In Argentina, 5 to 8 months is the time, at least for citizenship by exception. Citizenship by investment, we will need to wait for Milei to see what he is going to publish as part of that program. Serbia, is it a good passport? It's a decent passport. It's a B plus passport. Is it going to protect you? Yes, I think Serbia is a decent diversification country. It's going up. The banking is not, I wouldn't use that for banking purposes, but just to have a nationality from one of our country, right? Not the known culprits in our country. Serbia is an interesting diversification strategy as far as the citizenships are concerned. And the final one, the fifth one, I feel is definitely Mexico. You can wait it out and naturalize after 5 years, but if you're in a hurry, you want this citizenship fast, then there is a fast track option, which is citizenship by exception. It does take 2 years plus, because obviously you got to wait. It does require residency, and then you present the case and you can fast track naturalize in Mexico. Now, the ones that I mentioned, Mexico is not for everyone, right? It really requires a little bit of commitment to it. But Serbia, yes, people can obtain it. The pricing is much higher. It doesn't make sense in proposing the pricing on a video because it's not a CBI program. It's a little bit discretionary. And people who understand this topic know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a slight bit of margin with Serbia. Argentina, again, is slightly cheaper than Serbia, but it's an equally powerful passport. The big drawback of Argentina does exist, and that is the citizenship renunciation could be a mental block for some people. Some people may not be comfortable having that kind of citizenship that you cannot renounce. But what is for the masses is the ECOWAS option, very cheap. And the CPLP option, again, very cheap. So if you are interested in seeking those type of benefits, You're better off going with a cheaper, faster, easier, discreet, private citizenship option, and be directly liaison with the officials. If you are interested in getting started with any of these options, click the link, book a call. We can discuss and get you started immediately with the new option, right? Which is not a CBI, which is CBE. I hope you liked this video. If you did, give me a thumbs up and subscribe as usual if you haven't, and catch you in the next one.